A very beautiful morning to you. Thanks for joining us in Superscreen News at 10. I am Precious Amai. We begin the news now with a report on the offer robbery. The Public Prosecution Office under the Ministry of Justice says it cannot establish a link between Senate President Bukola Saraki, Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed, and the suspects arrested over offer robbery attack. Public Prosecutor of the Federation, Mohammed UE, who made this known, said the police should carry out further investigation as it concerns the senator and the governor. You will recall that the suspects claimed that the Senate president provided them with some of the exhibits used for the operation. Away from that report now, a parliamentary group in the House of Representatives have affirmed their support for President Muhammadu Buhari and the party's leadership in the wake of mass defection of some All Progressives Congress APC lawmakers to the People's Democratic Party PDP. The group's spokesperson, Abdul Mumun Jibril, while addressing journalists in Abuja, affirmed their full support for Buhari. Jibril maintained that the group, which cut across party affiliation, is formed to make sure that President Buhari is returned to power come 2019.
Atahiru Madami will take charge as our new resident electoral commissioner for Kwara State. While Bello Ahmed Mahmoud is hereby deployed to Kebbi State. As you assume duty immediately, let me remind you that you are responsible for the management of personnel, materials, and resources in your states of posting. You will also interact with various stakeholders. In discharging your responsibilities, you must at all times be open, transparent.
We want to, against the background of what has happened in the last few days, we want to state very clearly that we will continue to stand with the president. We will continue to support him. We will continue to support his policies in the House of Representatives. And as I have continued to say repeatedly, we are working with the blessing of the leadership of the House of Representatives. We have the support of the Speaker and other members of the body of principal officers. And we also wish to commend the National Chairman, who has done a lot in the last few days to see that he unites the party and see that he stabilizes the party. And I can assure you that as of today, we are cruising at the highest altitude. And for your information, even a lot of members and senators that have decamped are working behind the scene to find their way back to the party.
Members of the APC at the National Assembly defected to the PDP and the African Democratic Congress ADC. Ahead of the 2019 election, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has charged newly appointed resident electoral commissioners (RECs) to be transparent and non-partisan in the discharge of their duties. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who gave the charge during the swearing-in ceremony of two new resident electoral commissioners in Abuja, urged the newly appointed RECs to assess the facilities and critical requirements for the 2019 general elections in the local government offices in their states of deployment. The resident commissioners Garuba Atahiru Madami and Ahmed Bello Mahmoud were deployed to serve in Kwara and Kebbi states respectively and to assume duty immediately.
Atahiru Madami will take charge as our new resident electoral commissioner for Kwara State. While Bello Ahmed Mahmoud is hereby deployed to Kebbi State. As you assume duty immediately, let me remind you that you are responsible for the management of personnel, materials, and resources in your states of posting. You will also interact with various stakeholders. In discharging your responsibilities, you must at all times be open, transparent, and non-partisan, while remaining very firm and courageous. You must quickly familiarize yourselves with the relevant provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, the Commission's plans, guidelines, regulations, as well as established processes and procedures. On the practical side of your work, you must immediately interact with your staff and pay attention to their welfare, visit the local government offices in your states, and assess the various facilities and critical requirements for the 2019 general elections, ranging from the recruitment and training of adult staff, logistics, and more.
Responding on behalf of the RECs, Garuba Madami said they will strive to obey the oath of office and work towards conducting a free, fair, and credible election in 2019.
Oath of office, and I want to assure the chairman and the commission that we will obey the oath of office we have taken, and we will do our best to conduct free, fair, transparent, and credible election that will meet the aspirations of Nigeria. It's not only Nigerians that will be applauded by the international community. I don't want to talk much, but to thank everybody that is here for their time, for their prayers, for their support.
Now, on the mass defection at the National Assembly, the leader of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has expressed sadness over the direction of 37 members of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, to the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Baja described those who defected as an integral part of the APC family. He also said the door of the party remains open to them if they change their minds to return. He also praised the remaining committed members who chose to stay in the party.
I want to say that in spite of the movement of about 36 members, I think, 4 of whom went to ADC in Oyo State, and the remainder 32 to PDP, I want to say, and I believe there was one resignation thereafter without a party as of yet, I want to say, repeat here to Nigerians, that not only does APC remain the majority of the House, APC is actually, it's not a slim majority, a clear, overwhelming majority. I believe those who wanted to defected were looking for about 60 members, and they got half, about 32, which leaves APC over and beyond what is required for a majority. Let me very quickly, on behalf of our members, also congratulate Mr. President, the party chairman, the party leaders, for remaining committed to the welfare of this country, for piloting this country in spite of everything, in spite of the naysayers, the grassroots, the people who we represent through the various programs of the party and Mr. President, the various interventions that remain unspoken. These people have remained committed to the party, as was evidenced in the last elections in Ekiti.
Meanwhile, Senator representing Oyo South, Adesoji Akombi, has clarified that his name was wrongfully listed as one of the 15 lawmakers who defected from the All Progressives Congress, APC. Akombi, who noted that he tried to clear his name by raising a point of order during plenary, said he remains a bona fide member of the APC. The Oyo lawmaker, who maintained that he is a strong ally of Governor Isiaka Ajimobi, also brandished a copy of the vote and proceedings of the Senate, which showed clearly that his name was not on it.
I want them to clear my name, that I've never been part of defection from APC to PDP. I remain bona fide member of APC, and there are these speculations and rumor when you have ambition, either declared ambition or not declared ambition, that you're having crisis in your state with your governor. So they assume that having the crisis with the governor, automatically you leave your party.
The Coalition of Civil Society Organization for Peace and Good Governance has accused the National Assembly of connivance in the embezzlement of 100 billion naira drawn from the Federation accounts to establish mini ranches across the nation. The group also alleged that there is no evidence of how the fund was spent. National President of the movement, Jonathan Oguchi, who disclosed this, said the level of killings in the country was escalated as a result of embezzlement of the funds approved for ranches.
It is also appears that some elements within the National Assembly might have conspired with those behind the disastrous act of embezzling the 100 billion naira to kill the probe. Therefore, urging the National Assembly not to only investigate the matter, but to also live up to expectation of the people as representing their various constituencies, to ensure that all of those that we are part of the embezzlement of the fund are bring to book. We also call on the detailed investigation on how these funds were disbursed, what state got what, who were the contractors that were meant to handle the project, who authorized the payment, who are beneficiaries of the payment. We are also calling on the immediate arrest and prosecution of the former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan for under whose watch this height of perpetrated evil were established in this country. On a final note, we would like to reinstate one more that the embezzlement of this fund has left us where we are today in the hands of the herdsmen and the farmer conflict, thereby leading to many loss of lives. We ask, who is filling us with the blood of the innocent Nigerians? It is time for the National Assembly to take action and deliver the dividend of democracy for the people.
You will recall that the federal government in 2014, under the chairmanship of the then Benue State Governor, Gabriel Suswam, identified issues causing the conflicts between farmers and herdsmen, including struggle for water, land, and uncontrollable influx of nomadic herdsmen. And now on to anti-corruption issues. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arraigned a businessman, John Abebe, for alleged forgery. Abebe, who is a younger brother to the late former First Lady, Stella Obasanjo, was arraigned on 4 counts before the Lagos State Special Offences Court in Ikeja. The EFCC in the charges claimed that Abebe knowingly forged a November 30th, 1995 letter written by BP Exploration Nigeria Limited to Inducon Nigeria Limited. According to the EFCC, Abebe also attempted to pervert the cause of justice by tendering the allegedly forged November 30th, 1995 letter as a fabricated evidence in court. Justice Mojisola Dada, while adjourning the case to enable the defense counsel, Uche Umokedi, file an application for his client's bail, ordered that Abebe be remanded in Ikoyi prison. And now in Lagos State, Nigeria, at least 5 persons have been confirmed dead after a boat capsized in Ikorodu area of Lagos State. General Manager of the Lagos State Emergency and Management Agency, Adesina Tiamiyu, who confirmed the incident, said a 20-capacity passenger boat belonging to Blue Sea capsized mid-sea en route Ikorodu from Lagos Island. Tiamiyu said the victims had been deposited at the Ikorodu General Hospital morgue, adding that recovery efforts are still ongoing. We'll take a break now and we'll return with business news. Do stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are fighting my village. Let me use grass. If I call it use grass, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. We experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Welcome back. You're still watching News at 10 on Superscreen Television, now on business. The House of Representatives has asked the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, to reinstate the suspended board of Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, IBEDC. Chairman House Committee on Power, Dan Asuko, who disclosed this during the investigative public hearing, said he was issuing a 48-hour ultimatum. Asuko also called on the parties involved to put public interest above their individual interest, cautioning against the utilization of public funds to prosecute cases. You will recall that the Ibadan Disco Board was suspended by NERC for the delay in the payment of $185.6 million facility given to Integrated Energy Distribution and Marketing Company, IEDC, obtained from consortium of 6 banks that financed the acquisition of Ibadan Disco facility and Yola Disco, respectively. Away from that report now to the Nigerian economy. The nation's foreign exchange reserves have dropped to a 3-month low of $47.303 billion. Data from the Central Bank of Nigeria showed on Wednesday. The reserves, which stood at $47.697 billion on July 11, dropped by $394 million in 13 days. Data from the CBN revealed that the reserves rose from $47.333 billion in April to $47.846 billion on May 11. You will recall that on July 13, the reserves, which rose from $47.605 billion on May 31st to $47.78 billion on June 29, dropped by $102 million to $47.697 billion on July 11. Economic experts have attributed the drastic decline in reserves to government action in supporting the exchange rate in the interbank market. Still on business, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, says it has captured over 31 million Nigerians in its database as of July 2018. Head of Corporate Communications, NIMC, Loveday Chika, who disclosed this, said the figure comprised of both adults and children, adding that minors constituted about 255,794 of the total figure. Chika also urged parents to bring children at 1 year and above so that the camera can capture their faces very well. He also said it is after the update that the child will be issued with a national identification number card. We'll take another break now and return with sports and foreign news stories. Do stay with us.